Well, hello there, all you amazing people. So I was just watching a video about the framework laptops, and I like, again, upgradability, amazing. You can change the motherboard, RAM, keyboard, exhaust sense, amazing, what have you not. And I was starting to get into the idea, if you look here, but then something kind of strange happened. They were showing off these expansion cards, which is like $20 for I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh it, but $20 for a jack, an extra hard drive, $45. You can get that way cheaper as a USB-C dongle or something like that. Ethernet expansion cards, and this is not like you make, oh well, it's in the computer and stuff like that. It's like, can't you fool, like here we're paying $90 for basically a USB-C to USB-A pass-through. And what do we mean by that? Well, if you look at the connection here, the end of it here, it looks a lot like USB-C. It's probably not USB-C, but it's probably using some of the same protocols, stuff like that, and it's probably directly connected to the lanes in the CPU, just like it is in other motherboards a lot of times. So if you look at the motherboard here, these are how they look. You can actually see the 4 expansion slots here at the end of the motherboards here, and if you look at a motherboard here, actually have it all zoomed in here, you can see these. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but at the end here, you have the connectors where you put in your expansion cards. Let's think about this for a minute. You're buying a super expensive laptop because it's upgradable. They are overcharging you for dongles, basically. And again, what do I mean by dongles? I will tell you probably have already foreseen the future here, foreshadowing it. But what this looks like is, this is basically just like, again, I'm simplifying it, but let's simplify it for the understanding of the greater masses. It's basically just a USB-C pass-through. It's a dongle. It's a dongle that is proprietary made for the framework, or well, not proprietary, but it's specifically made for the framework laptop. Why not just give those fucking USB-Cs directly onto the chassis? Why do I have to pay for connectivity? They're basically putting connectivity behind a paywall. That is the biggest issue I have, because if you're doing it with stuff like this, I can go out, I can buy a dongle here. It's, as cheap or as expensive as I want. This here is a USB-A, okay, this is a USB-A to C, but let's turn it around. This is in Danish crowns. This is like about $4. About $4. For the same shit, they want $9. Why not just give us a motherboard or a laptop where the connectivities for those 4, let's just take this one here, where the connections are out here anyway, because they're basically just charging you for a dongle, more or less. Yes, the connector may be proprietary or unique to the framework, and you don't have the dongle flapping around outside the laptop. I can see, the idea of it. But if I do like USB-C dongle and I do $9 here, let's see if I can actually find the fucking dollar sign on my keyboard. You can see here for $5 you can use USB-C to 3, you can get a 2-pack here. You get the idea what I'm coming at here. It just seems a little bit like, what is the idea here? Why not expand these here, so when you put them in the laptop, that they just, have the connectors just be flush with the laptop. Make some openings in the laptop, so when you plug in the new motherboard, these connections is just automatically flush with the laptop. Because if you're buying, I think, where's the motherboards here? Yeah, I think the minimum is 4 slots. So that means that to get let's say, occupy all 4 slots, well, why would you not do that? Then you have like a big fucking gaping hole in your laptop. What is the minimum you have to pay? $19? Is there something cheaper? No, you actually have to pay. Not only do you pay for the laptop, the motherboard, and all that shit, you then have to pay a minimum of, let's just say, $10 per dongle here. A minimum of $40 worth of dongles or connectivities that are basically shit. Like you can get like a $10, $15 dongle, USB-C dongle. Let's just go into Amazon. You can get a dongle like this for $23 or $24. You can get a dongle like this, a Ukraine, which is actually really, really good, for $17, $18. But look at what they, oh shit, I didn't want to do that. But anyway, fuck it, anyway. But look at what they're charging for less connectivity, because they have a specific expansion, basically a USB expansion or path. This is a really bad deal for the sake of modularity. Again, I get this here. I get that you don't have something fluffing around outside of your laptop, but what most people are going to do, they are probably going to buy either an expansion card. These I can kind of understand, but again, buy an external USB-C graphic card, storage card, and Bob's your uncle. But most people are probably going to buy like a display port or HDMI port, or a card reader, a USB-C. So USB-A and one USB-C be up to like $20. Then we probably want a micro SSD be up to $40 right now. now. Ethernet, that's $80 if you put the Ethernet card on top of it. You probably also need a HDMI output, so that's almost $100 in expansions. Where this one here for $23, $24, or $20 if you round up, this little sucker here provide all of that. Yes, you have the things, it'll give you the Ethernet connection, but you can probably find one for like $20 or so that gives you an Ethernet connection also. Yeah, you have this laying around flopping on the desk. You don't have that here. But I'm just like, why are they doing this? Again, I get the motherboard and the battery replacement and the screen replacement. Don't start and yell at me for that. That I 100% am agreeing upon. But why can't they just make the computer so they basically, in quotes, they connect the USB, just make 4 USB connects that's flash with the fucking the laptop. It will probably be less expensive production-wise. It will also probably be less expensive to make, again, to research and development, because you already have all the technologies there. And this is what normal laptop manufacturers do. They basically just plug this directly into the CPU and the motherboards and stuff like that to give you the biggest and best speeds. I don't know if you can better see that here, but they just take the module, instead of condensing it onto the motherboard here, they have it, a mod that they attach at the end of the laptop that you don't have to pay for. That's the big difference here. Here I'm getting, where are they? I need to find one with actually pause here. Here I'm not paying for these connectivities. I am on the framework in the name of upgradability. How many of you have wanted to upgrade your connectivity? Like, how many of you have wanted to upgrade your USB or USB-C or USB-A connectivity on your laptop? I get it that the technology with time, like USB-C, will maybe be replaced by USB-D or something like that, or USB-F in like 10 years time. But at that time, you probably want a new, not graphic card, you probably want a new laptop anyway. And this is why I think this is a massive scam, if you ask me. Upgradability is nice, but how often do you upgrade your laptop? When I mean upgrade, when you're buying a laptop, when do you buy a new laptop? How many years? You probably use it for a lot of years. When you have your computer, how do you upgrade every year, every second? No, most people, even gamers and tech people, they buy a computer and they keep it for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. They may upgrade, their graphic card, but the CPU, maybe the RAM, they upgrade that also, but the CPU and the motherboard is the things that they upgrade the least. It's either RAM, storage, or graphic cards. Well, this one here, you can't upgrade the graphic cards on the framework laptop. So who gives a fuck about that? Yes, let me upgrade the motherboard, fine. But what they are going to sell the most of is RAM and storage and Wi-Fi module, like the Wi-Fi module here. And then they are forcing you to then pay for connectivity. In the case of, in the future, if USB-C speed is too slow for you, you may need this, but at that point, you probably need whole new protocols on your motherboards. So then you have to buy a new dongle and you have to buy a new motherboard, because this motherboard may not support the new protocols for the new connectivity technology. And at that point, what is a motherboard costing here? This is the price of a Mac Mini, used Mac Mini. You can get a used laptop for this money. I'm not joking. You could get a somewhat modern used laptop for $450 that has up-to-date connectivity. So when that new connectivity comes out, and let's say you wait 1 or 2 or 3 years before you then want to upgrade, you could probably buy a used laptop with the new connectivity protocols cheaper than upgrading the motherboard in your framework laptop. This is why upgradability makes no sense for most people, because the upgrade when the hardware they have is not enough. And it's not just the CPU, it's not just the RAM, it's when everything is not enough. These people here, they want you to buy an overly expensive laptop, basically this chassis, and then they expect you to keep this aluminum or whatever it is, plastic chassis, just like you buy like a case for your computer and then you upgrade. They look at a laptop like they look at a traditional desktop. People don't do that with laptops. I've been in the laptop world for probably 30 years now. What I have helped people upgrade on laptops for that period of time has been storage, RAM, and that's it. All the rest they didn't give a fuck about. When the screen got too fucking bad or too not good enough, or the CPU became too not good enough, or the connectivity was not enough, they bought a new laptop. And they were happy doing it, because the laptop they have been using up to now, they've been using for 5, 6, 7 years. I honestly think this is built for a market that don't exist. And why do I think that? Because they are doing something as stupid as charging you for connectivity. And they are overcharging, because, bro, you can upgrade. But again, if new connectivity technology comes out in the future, you also have to upgrade the motherboard. So you're spending $100 of expansions and at least $400. What is the cheapest one we can get here? I think it's like $400. So you're spending, again, at least $400 on a motherboard to get the new connectivity technologies. So you are spending about $500 to upgrade a laptop. And then you probably, I don't know how much the screen are. They're probably also super expensive. So upgrading your laptop could become more expensive than buying a new, not a new, but a better second-hand laptop. And what you do with those, what is the most requested thing for second-hand laptops to upgrade? Batteries. A lot of people buy third, like the previous gen, the second gen used laptops, and they upgrade the battery, and they have a really amazing business school computer for cheap. They can last them the next 3 to 5 years. And that's just the price of a fucking motherboard. This should have been half the price for everything, and I would understand it. Half the price for the motherboards, half the price for the fucking expansion cards. Everything should have been at least half the price. And I would be like, okay, it is cheaper, or at least the same price as me going out and buy a second or third gen laptop that is in really good, condition. Because right now you're paying overprice for the sake of being able to change the motherboard. And they are putting connectivity behind the paywall. Because if you don't buy any of this fucking shit, you can't connect anything to the computer. You are fucked. That's it. You are fucked. If you don't buy an extension slot, you are fucked. You can't do anything. Unless it's what I think it is, just a plain old USB-C connection at the end of the connection slot. If that's the case, you could probably mingle a USB-C connection in there. But they are putting connectivity behind the paywall. This is a great idea that has been capitalized, or not even say capitalized, that has been butchered because people are desperate for upgradability in laptops, and these are ripping you fucking off. I will bet and say that Framework, the laptops, is a rip-off. I will say it's a rip-off. What is the price of a laptop here? And it's super slow for some reason. Am I updating anything? No, I'm not. Holy shit, it's slow. So this is a second-hand one for $500. You can get a really, really good Lenovo for $500. Like $800 for DUI edition. I'm sorry. I'd rather buy a used laptop for this money, or even a new one, and then say fuck it with the upgradability, because when I have to upgrade the laptop, I'm basically spending the same money as I would buying a new laptop. That's what's going on. If I buy like $1,000 laptop or like a $500 laptop for them in here, then when I need to upgrade the motherboard, I might as well just go buy another $500 second Framework laptop, because I probably get a better screen at that point, and I don't have to pay for the expansion modules, because they're probably getting some newer version of those anyway. They actually out competing themselves with a second-hand Framework laptop. What do you get with this one here? What do you get? So you get some you're basically just getting a laptop for $500. Well, $610 apparently. Oh, here they have the $500 here. Notify me. This is what a motherboard costs. Why would I pay why would I upgrade a motherboard if I can just go in here and buy a whole computer for the same money that is newer? Because when this one gets outdated, they probably have a second-hand $500 laptop or $600 laptop pre-made. I don't have to do anything. Why would I just buy only a motherboard when I can get? Why would I only buy this when I can get a whole new fucking laptop? And then the old laptop I have, which is what people do. The kids can get it. The wife can get it. You can sell it to a family member. This, like, when you really sit and think about it, this makes no fucking sense with the pricing that they have. This is like, I can kind of see it being a tad bit more expensive for the upgradability. But don't try to sell me something that is more expensive than buying a really good second-hand laptop, where I don't have to fuss with anything. I just take the fucking laptop and plug it in, and Bob's your uncle, it works. Here I have to take shit apart and build. Some people want to do that. I know that, but most people don't want to do that shit. Oh, they actually have like a $30 thing here. What is this? Cooler Master Fabric teamed up to reduce the transparency case, motherboard case, and motherboard. So do I get a GPU with this one here? No, I don't get a GPU. Sorry, it's GPU, CPU. This is just for the case. It's just for the case. If I want to plug in a CPU, I can get a decent fucking good second-hand laptop for this. And I don't have to fuss around and flop around or dig around taking shit apart. Then when I do that, by the way, I can give the old motherboard to my kids if I had kids, or my granny or my mother or my siblings. So like, what the fuck are they going to use that for? When you really sit and think of why people would want to buy this, or when you're like, okay, why should I buy a Framework laptop instead of like a used Lenovo or Dell? And you're like, I can upgrade. Okay, so when I'm going to upgrade, it's going to be as expensive as buying another used 1 or 2 old gen or 2 or 3 gen old laptop at that point. So I'm basically, and then I don't have I don't have a computer, or I can't use my old computer, or someone else can use my old computer, because I'm basically just taking out the guts. And they just, what do you do with the old guts? What do you do when you upgrade? What becomes of the old motherboard? Yeah, okay, you don't have a full-blown laptops laying around, but now you have a motherboard that's probably going to put in a drawer somewhere. At least if you're having if if you buy a new secondhand laptop, your old laptop can still be used, like I said, by family members, and etc. You can actually sell it. I don't think it's so easy to go and sell a used framework motherboard. The more you sit and think about this, the less it makes sense. Not to talk about the whole fucking, oh, let's put extension cards behind a paywall kind of thing. You know, where the fuck is that the site is. This is what pisses me off the most. That you have to pay for connectivity in an overly expensive, too expensive laptop. And then all the YouTubers that you see are boasting about upgradability, you can change the motherboard. Yeah, but for that price, I can buy a fucking amazing Dell or Lenovo laptop, and I can use my old laptop, or I can give away, or someone else can get joy out of my old laptop. Where here, yeah, I can upgrade. Yay! Now I have a motherboard that I can wipe my ass with. It makes no fucking sense. When I just watched some videos about this, I'm just like, who want these? This makes no sense. And you are charging me for connectivity? You're putting connectivity behind a paywall? Oh god. Anyway, again, comment, like, subscribe, all the jazz. Let me know down below. See you later. Bye bye.